Good day everyone, this is your European Open Briefing for Wednesday, September the 28th. I'm Rafi Boyajian, currency analyst at xm.com, and we're going to be looking at what's happening in the currency markets today. It's been a fairly quiet start to the day. We have most major pairs trading in pretty much steady range. The dollar has been hovering near 1 month's lows. We saw the dollar firm a little bit in Asian trading today, and this was on the back of some very positive data out of the US yesterday. However, there's been some fairly dovish comments from Fed Vice Chair Stanley Fischer, and this has been weighing on the greenback. The euro continues to come under pressure, mainly on ongoing concerns about the health of the Eurozone banking sector. We saw crude oil prices fall back yesterday as hopes of a deal are now seen pretty much unlikely. The meeting between OPEC countries and Russia is still underway, although there's little expectation that the deal will be announced. Crude oil prices did receive some support from US crude stock inventories out yesterday from API, showing that there has been another drawdown in US stocks. Coming up later today, we have the Fed Chair Janet Yellen's semi-annual testimony in Congress. We're also going to have a speech by Mario Draghi in the German Bundestag, and we've got more Fed speakers coming up, and that should attract market attention. Now looking at the dollar-yen pair, we can see here that the dollar is stuck near 1 month's lows. It has recovered a little bit to around 100.50 yen. We saw some fairly strong data yesterday. The market flash service PMI beat expectations of 51.1 to come in at 51.9. We also saw a very strong bounce back in the consumer confidence index. And this was the highest since 2007. The index was expected to come in at 99. It came in at 104.1. But this has only provided a very modest boost. It's been weighed by the dovish outlook from Fed Vice Chair Stanley Fischer, although Fischer did say that the low unemployment rate is starting to push up wages. He did say that interest rates should not go up by too much, and this dampens the outlook for the longer-term rate path by the Fed. We also had San Francisco Fed President John Williams speak. He did say he was more hawkish. He said that the US economy can handle a rate increase. Now, moving to the euro, we've seen it's fallen back below the $1.12 level. This comes after fresh concerns about the state of the Eurozone financial system. Although Deutsche Bank, the fine was announced back on September the 15th, there's been some renewed concerns lately, and it came mainly after some reports that Deutsche Bank has asked the German state for financial help in order to pay the 14 billion fine by US regulators, although Deutsche Bank has denied these rumors. But this once again has brought the Eurozone banks back in focus. The Italian banks are also under scrutiny because of a high level of non-performing loans, as well as more fines being imposed on other European banks. The euro is likely to remain in focus as ECB President Mario Draghi makes 2 appearances later today. Now let's have a look at the pound. The pound has been steadily climbing over the past day or so. It's back above the 1.30 level. We saw some fairly upbeat comments by Bank of England Governor Mark Carney. He made in an interview to the Herald Scotland. Carney said that the long-term prospects of the British economy are looking good despite the Brexit setback. He said that the current slowdown is proceeding as expected as the UK economy goes through a period of uncertainty and adjustment, and this has provided some support to sterling. Now looking at the oil chart, we can see here that US crude has given up the gains it made the prior day. On Monday, there were growing hopes that a deal would be reached, but then after news emerged that Iran has rejected a Saudi offer whereby Saudi Arabia is willing to cut output if Iran is willing to freeze its production. Iran said that it's too early to agree to such an agreement, so we saw crude oil prices drop back below $45 a barrel. But yesterday we saw another drawdown in US crude stocks. The American Petroleum Institute showed that US crude stocks fell by 0.7 million versus expectations of an increase of 2.8 million, and this has boosted prices back to just under $45 a barrel. Now coming up later in the day, we can see it's a fairly quiet European day, although in the US session we're going to see the latest durable goods orders as well as the crude oil inventories from the Energy Information Agency in the US. But also to watch, though, we have Fed Chair Yellen's testimony. She's going to make a semi-annual testimony in Congress at 14 hours GMT. We're going to have more Fed policymakers making appearances today. We've got James Bullard, Neil Kashkari, Charles Evans, and Loretta Mester all due to speak. So the dollar will pretty much be on standby for any potential signals about the US rate outlook. And of course, we've got Draghi. He's going to make two appearances. One is going to make an introductory statement at the ECB annual research conference at 0800 GMT, and also is going to speak in the German Bundesbank at 14:30 GMT. That's it from me today. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day.